What do? We would be offering weekly free Mandarin classes either on Wednesday or Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. If you have registered our classes, our teachers would be sending you emails so that you know the time and venue that you would carry these classes. And also, we'd be holding cultural-related fun activities which will provide great opportunities for you guys to speak to native Mandarin speakers and learn a lot about our culture. These are the pictures of what we have done last year. The first picture is that in a class, a teacher had brought some rice dumplings and a pot in a classroom, and then they cooked rice dumplings for the students to eat right before the Lantern Festival. This is a picture from my class. You can see it's right before the Spring Festival.
Yes, it's super easy. For the 1, we only have 1 straight line. For the 2, we have 2 straight lines, which the only difference is the first line is much shorter than the second one. Right? It's super easy. You can try to imitate how to write that. And the way we pronounce this character 2 in Chinese is R. You can try to pronounce it with me. Yeah.
Is the picture of door. This is how ancient Chinese people invent Chinese characters. And how about this? We put a mouth in the door. So what does it mean? Okay, when the final is coming, you will ask, knock knock, are you still alive? So this means to ask.
Last one, dragons. Dragons are known as the traditional totem of our nation, but they are totally different with the dragons in the Western world. Our dragons cannot blow fire, and they don't have wings. And unlike fairy tales told, they never kidnap princesses. As a result, our dragons are not evil creatures, and in ancient times, they were a symbol of honor and emperor.
It's 啤酒 in Chinese. So these emojis, we pronounce it like 牛皮 in Chinese. And what does it mean?
And the second tone comes upwards, comes from 3rd tone to 5th tone. So it's like ah, so it's like ah. And the 3rd tone is from 2 to 1 to 4. It's like ah. So it's turning, right? It makes a really funny sound. It's like ah. Cool.
We pronounce it 中医. Yeah, it's a traditional Chinese medicine. It's truly different from the Western medicine things. Acupuncture points, also called acupoints, are located on our bodies that are the focus of acupuncture. And in traditional Chinese medicine, there are several hundreds of acupoints are claimed to be located what practitioners call meridians. So I'll show you some acupoints. This is the first one. It's named 合谷. And once you have any problem of this, I showed on the slide, you can press here. Try it. In the middle of your fingers here. If you have cold, headache, pharyngitis, rhinitis, tonsillitis, tooth pain, you can all try this point and have a press. And if you press this point, you feel hurt, which means you have some problems with this.
This is just like a dictionary to help you to record anything, just like the characters you want. Or here are some things just like the flashcards could help you to memorize this kind of words. And here is an app, it's called HSK Online. So HSK is basically just like just like Chinese examination, a kind of IELTS, something like that. So if you want to test yourself about your level or something like that, well, it's a good choice to use that. Just have a try, because I remember just like 2 or 3 days ago, I used that app to test myself. And after 15 minutes, I gave up.
And we can also find some other translations here. 红烧 raised, 狮子 lion, head 头，清蒸 steamed, we have talked about that. 童子鸡 a kind of chicken, right? and 麻婆 a poke marked woman, 豆腐 bean curd. So the correct translation should be stewed pork ball in brownie sauce, steamed spring chicken, not that kind of chicken. Okay, German-style salted pig fat, and sliced beef and ox tongue in chili sauce, and at last, stir-fried tofu in hot sauce. These are the correct translations.
The first festival I'm talking about is the Spring Festival, which is 春节. So 春节 is commonly known as the Chinese New Year, which is celebrated by all the Chinese people around the world. And it's on the first day of the lunar calendar. That's a cutting paper of 春节.
This is a city in Anhui province in China. It's in the south middle part of China. And its population is 2.5 million in 2010. And it's really renowned for its iconic food and architecture, and also its really special industry of xuan paper, which is xuanzhi. This is just to let you guys take a glance about the city. The architecture here are really traditional, with many villages and with the independent housings, and the sky are really blue, and it's really close to the mountains.
I want to show some similarities between Tibetan people and Native American people. Because when I was in America, I was asked by an old lady gently, "May I ask you a question? Are you Native American?" So the last one of Tibetan part is a Tangka. I don't know if you have heard this before, but Tangka is something that in ancient times the Tibetan people write their knowledge or their belief or paint something to pass to their next generations. And that one is a Tangka with Tibetan medicine of about 2,000 years ago. We have some Tibetan subtitles or text which I'm not able to read. But we can see that in 2,000 years ago, they already have a system of people's organs, though it's not that accurate as the modern one. And as to Tangka, a way to detect one's disease is to look at and smell his or her piece. So they can tell like what's wrong with the body by just looking and smelling your piece. Do ask me to do that.